A few more guests later on. And
Hey,
here's
Jim.
our host, Andy. How are you?
I'm doing well. How's it going tonight?
Good. I'm still getting used to the Tuesday thing. It's throwing me off a little bit.
I know what you mean. Didn't show up last week. No, I'm kidding.
Well, we've had a lot of good fights at the Sudden Impact 8 on Friday night, and I know there were some other shows going on too. Wasn't there another show on Saturday somewhere?
AFC had a show,
That's right.
and then Extreme Cage Championships in St. Roberts also had a show.
How were those shows? Have you heard?
I have not heard yet. Couldn't get hold of Brad, and they haven't got the results sent out yet. So
I talked to Brad a little bit. He said he had good fights, a light crowd this time for him. And I think there was some other show going on
Was that the one in Sedalia, Brad? Which show in Sedalia?
it was in Sedalia.
Okay, so Mike Rogers had some guy on that show. Some guys on that show.
Oh, did he?
No,
Yeah.
no. The show that Mike Rogers went to was a Pro-Am show, Pro-Am show.
Where
On
was
Friday.
That was Springfield, I think, Missouri.
I thought you
Yeah,
said.
I have to-
Or
I-
Hewlett, maybe one of the Hewlett shows.
I think so. Yeah.
Because Hewlett does some programs.
No, it was he mentioned something like the blood, young blood.
Yeah, Youngblood. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
And that's not anybody that we normally deal with.
Well, he said it was a really good event.
Yeah, that's
He
what
was
he
really
said.
impressed with it, and he was really happy that they were having a pro-am event.
Sure.
Yeah, Mike's involved with trying to make it easier to do pro-am events in this area, and probably need some help from the other people out there, talking to your representatives and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think they're going to have more luck in some of the other rural areas than they will right in our St. Louis market, because for the same reason that, you can advertise the amateur shows here and it just doesn't do much of anything.
Right.
You're not going to get a lot of walk-up. You better have advanced ticket sales. For whatever reason, there's so many things going on in St. Louis, and there's a fair number of shows, and I think it's going to be hard here in this market to do pro-ams. I really do.
Yeah, there's just too much other stuff to do, and too many amateur fights
Yeah.
around here.
And it just costs too much, to do all that stuff, and that's the biggest problem with it all. But we'll see. I mean, hopefully we can get to that spot where we're all doing some pro-am events. I'd like to see that happen. I heard Josh Stampo won his first event,
Yes, he did.
his first pro fight. I should say.
Yes, he did.
At the end of the first round, I heard
Yes. Submission, of course.
Josh Stampo was
Talking about Josh
in his
Stampo?
Yeah.
debut. Did he have anyone else fighting on that card?
E.J. Brooks also fought. He's an amateur, and he won. And
Cronin?
Brandon Cronin, he won also.
Okay, and he stayed amateur also?
Yes.
Okay. Well, good. Congratulations to Josh Stampo. We're rooting for him. I think that guy's going to make it to the WEC one day. If they're still the WEC and are merged as UFC light,
Yeah.
whatever they decide to be. But yeah, he's going to be a good pro.
Let's talk about your fights some more, Jim. That was a great night you had last Friday night. A lot of good fights. How many fights altogether?
13.
Very cool. And Tony Wolf, you took place in the main event.
Yeah.
Fought against Elijah Neese. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Elijah's a good guy. What did you think about that?
Oh, I love the kid. He has wonderful heart. He keeps on you. He's in your face the whole time. I'll be honest, he did more than surprise me. The kid actually stunned me. I couldn't believe what he could take and how much he kept coming.
He could take like an arm going the opposite way.
I know for a fact I had him in the arm bar at the end of the second, and it snapped his elbow. I literally heard it pop, and he didn't stop. The ref didn't stop for nothing. And I'll be honest, if it went 4 rounds, I was done. I would never made that 4th round.
You thought you had a little something in your system.
Yeah, I was tired all weekend, even after that, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I went to the doctor yesterday, and come to find out I got staph in my blood system. So he said that'll wear you out quick. I'm surprised you even fought.
Absolutely. So how much time do you have to take off for that?
Well, they wanted me minimum 2 weeks on antibiotics and stuff, try getting it out. And actually, the stuff they got me on right now, it's only for a week, and they want me to go back to see if it's even helping. So if it ain't, they're going to give me some stronger stuff and some stuff to put up my nose and everything to help keep me from bringing it back.
That was a pretty fun fight to watch. I mean, I was supposed to be taping the fight, and I was like, I'm yelling the whole time. It's the worst tape job I've ever
I asked
done.
Andy how the tapes come out. He goes, I'm going to be honest, Tony's fight is going to look like crap because he goes, I was watching it jumping up and down.
I want to see it because I'll be honest, the first round and a half, I felt okay. you know, and I felt I looked all right. I really don't know, but after that, I know it looked bad.
Yeah,
you
he's
looked real
asking
tight
me.
in the first round. You definitely showed the gas after the
You know,
after the first round. But
I'd really like to see how the first round and a half went, if I stayed relaxed enough or not, because once it starts, you know, I kind of get into a mental zone that I hear people in the crowd, I understand what they're saying, but I don't really pay attention a lot, you know.
That's good.
You know, so I get,
The crowd doesn't help.
I get into,
Some of the things they yell for you to do, you should never listen to.
so I get in the mental zone and I concentrate, and then this fight, I've been training with my brother-in-law, Johan Slager, which is an awesome guy, good stand-up when he wants to use it, and he's a good guy to train with. But they all said I looked too much like him in this fight, that I didn't look like myself, I didn't come out and fight my normal fights.
what would be different from your fights compared to how you fought this last one?
Well,
It would have went 3 rounds.
He would finish in the first round.
it'd have been done in the first round, because I had him up, I had him in the iron cross the first round, right in his corner, and his guys, and I'm friends with James Marino and them, they're like, take it easy on him, you're bigger than him, just be easy. Well, their strategy worked out, because I took it easy the first round and I gassed. You know, so it was a good strategy on their part, and I know he was just messing with me, but I still took it easy. I shouldn't have taken it.
Never take it easy in a fight, you know. And the thing that I
You
knew,
take it easy when the fight's over.
right?
Right.
The thing I knew,
If you see me in that position, I only threw a couple punches, you know, threw a couple forearms. I didn't unleash like I normally would.
right. Well, the thing I knew matchmaking that fight was that you've got a better skill set. You both got tons of heart. This kid's got a ton of heart. But he's been active where you hadn't fought for a year.
I couldn't find out. I didn't know this. Somebody said he only had 5 or 6 fights, but I was his 11th fight.
Yeah, he's 5-5 and he's on a 4-fight win streak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
He's 5-6 now.
yeah, 5-6 now.
No,
He was 5-5.
but I'm gonna be honest with you, he stunned the hell out of me. I couldn't believe how much that kid could take.
He's gotten so much better since the first time I saw him. Jay, we were at those fights. James Marino was the matchmaker, and I can't remember the Bobby. No,
He lost to West Mongo.
That was Mike Roper's production.
yeah, Mike Roper's first production.
Yeah, and he lost to a guy in our gym that very first one, if I remember.
Was that his
West
first
Mongo.
Yeah, I think that was his first or second fight.
He's had 11 fights in that period of
Well,
time.
the kid went one
He's
and
fighting
5, and then
Loves
like
to fight.
a lot of guys, he put it together finally, and we had one for.
He's got, if he stays the way he is and keeps working, he's got a lot of potential.
I feel he's got potential. I mean, he doesn't stop. If he's not double jointed, he sure likes his stuff popping.
Well, you can't train heart like that. I don't know if he's, you know, he's not the most gifted athlete. You know, there's a lot of guys that are really, really well, you know, gifted athletes, but heart and desire and hard work can, you know, make up for a lot of that.
But
It overtakes some of that.
You don't have to be gifted if you're willing to learn proper technique.
Right.
If you're willing to just take the time and learn it, it's
We
great.
got Brian Mason joining us too, and Sensei Jay has made it in.
Welcome, guys.
Welcome, guys.
It was Jay's fault we're late. I rode with him.
I
And
drive
Brian,
slow.
welcome back to the show. But you're going to be
I
helping
drive
us with
safe.
some guest hosting here, and
Okay.
glad to have you on.
Okay.
Okay, I lost.
Whatever.
I'm gonna apologize right now to Jen. I just came from training, so if I speak, my hands are probably small. So.
Jen's used to that. Nothing personal, Tony.
Yeah.
There you go.
Tony, let's talk about a little bit more about your fight. You had mentioned, because you would hit him really hard with like a really nice jab and then stop.
We hit him with one great
You
jab.
knew you were doing that, but you couldn't get yourself. Was that the exhaustion?
Yeah, that was just my exhaustion kicked in. I got 4 or 5 different things that work off that now, and I didn't throw any of them, not a single one.
I don't know if you heard Jay, you weren't here yet. He went to the doctor the other day and found out he had staph in his blood, and that's probably why he was so worn out.
The doctor
That was
said,
good.
yeah.
I
that's
found
what
out yesterday afternoon that I had staph in my blood system, so it's been there.
You always have some staph, but you have elevated.
It's elevated,
Right.
yeah.
Well, it's coming out on his face.
Now it's popping out. I got a little bit. It's nothing that's contagious right now.
Well, but it means your immune system's compromised and your
Right.
system's
You know, and they kept
wearing out.
when we were just down there warming up lightly. They see me getting a little tired, but they just figured that I was just jacked up a little bit.
Right.
But this explains a lot to me, you know, because I have been working hard on my cardio, harder than I've ever worked to get my cardio up. And for me to gas in the middle of the second round like that.
Well, you know, guys are a little rusty sometimes, and I thought, you know, that, like I said, you have a better skill set, but he's been active in fighting. And for him, this was the biggest fight of his life. He wanted a title fight, you know, promotional title fight so badly. You know,
Oh, hey.
it was a big deal that I knew, you know, he was gonna bring all he could, so.
All I suggest to the kid is take your time.